Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Focus. Now today's video, I felt like doing a bit of a vlog. It's kind of a video that I've been wanting to do for a little while, and I think maybe some of you might find it interesting, some of you might not. So if you don't, I apologise, but hey ho, I thought what the hell, let's make the video. Anyway, cut a long story short, the video is how do I afford to run and own both of my cars. So I've got a Mark II Ford Focus RS, which you know a lot about, which is behind me. I've also got a Mark III Seat Leon Cupra 300 on a 2018 plate. Two quite expensive cars. This one is worth probably around 26 to 28,000. The Cupra is probably worth about 19,000 now, I'd estimate. Paid 23.5, I think, for this, and I paid 21 for the Cupra. So in a pretty good position with the RS now. There's a bit of equity in there. And these cars are only going one way, and it's either this way or that way. They're not really going to go this way, particularly if you look after them. Now I do use this one a fair bit over the summer. I do a few thousand miles a year in it. It gets driven properly, so the mileage is going to creep up as the years go by. I bought the car to use. It's not going to be hidden away in the garage and pampered and cherished every day of its life. So it's probably going to go more like this car in terms of its value. Cupra, it is going to depreciate, but I don't mind too much because I bought it expecting that. Anyway, so how do I afford to run these two cars? Well, firstly, to start off with, there's no real secret. There's no easy way of just all of a sudden obtaining the amount of cash you need to buy these two, unless you're fortunate or you've kind of got a business or something like that. For the normal person like you and I, unfortunately, there's no real easy way. Now, I'm 37 years old, and I was only in the position to have both of these cars when I was 36, which was last year. So it's taken me a very long time, down to various decisions I'd made in my life. But I've always had nice cars, and my wife as well, she has her own car, and she has always had nice modern cars too. So yeah, basically, the kind of, what I'm going to say is, you need to just have a good work ethic for a start. You need to get out there, you need to not be work shy. Get yourself a good wife as well. I'm very lucky to have my wife. She's very hardworking herself as well. She's got good morals. She's very honest, and she's got herself a good job as well. And we both work full time. We both earn quite a good wage. So yeah, we were able to get ourselves a nice house and live a nice lifestyle. We're not absolutely minted or anything like that. We're just comfortable, probably like middle class. And we've come from pretty much nothing, and we've worked our way up, and we've got to this stage now. So everything we own, we're extremely proud of, and very grateful as well. There's never a day that goes by where I don't look at this car and I think, God, I'm so grateful to own this car, which was a dream. It was like a poster car, like at the back there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a poster of an RS up there. So yeah, we chipped away at life over the years and got to the position where we could finally do nice things and have a nice house and have the cars and stuff. We've got a child as well, so we do have to pay childcare. That's meant we can't quite afford as much as what we could before. But anyway, me personally, how do I personally afford these cars? Well, the Mark II Focus RS, I own this car outright. And I'm very proud to be able to say that. It did take me 36 years of my life to own a car of this value outright. But the Cupra, I don't own that outright. Now, I'll explain exactly how this has all happened. So, through my life, I've had nice fast cars. I've had RS turbos, Focus RS, Mark I, STs, various fast cars through my life. And all of those cars, I've always had a loan, finance, or I've used a credit card to buy them. And I've changed them, and what's normally happened is I've kind of got to a point where I've sold the car and I've paid off the loan, or I've paid off the credit card, or paid off the finance, and I've never had anything at the end of it to show for the car. So essentially, I've hired these cars for the time that I've owned them. Now, it's all well and good, because doing that does increase your credit rating, and it will mean you'll more easily get finance, you'll more easily get loans, and you'll get better rates as well. So you can go through life just doing that if you want. If you want to have a new car every few years, you can literally just keep doing that and just refinance it and just going through your life financing and not actually really owning anything. But I got to the stage where I was kind of a bit fed up, and I just wanted to have something that I could actually say I owned. So I had my Mark III Focus RS in 2017. I had that on Ford PCP, which I then paid off a year later on a Tesco low APR personal loan, because it worked out cheaper over the long run. I have done a video on this explaining how it all works. So another year went on. I'd had the car for 2 years now, and I had a loan on it, so I owned the car. I could do what I like with the car, and I decided to sell the car, take the money, which was my money, or from a loan albeit, but it was my money, and I could do what I like with it. So I then bought this car with the money that I got from my Mark III. So at the stage of buying this car, I still had about 4 years on the loan. So, and it was about £450 a month, so it was quite a big payment, especially for a car I wasn't using as a daily. But I thought, I'm going to stick with this car, and I will get to the point where I will eventually own it. So I kept the loan for this, and in the meantime I was buying shit boxes to daily around in. So I bought a Ford Fusion, then I bought a Mark II Focus Estate for like £600, maybe less I think it was. You can't do that anymore because used car prices are through the roof. So I had that for a while, then I sold that, and then I thought I'm going to get a bit more of a modern daily, something that's going to be a bit more reliable and I can kind of trust. So I bought my Mark III diesel Focus Estate, which was £6,000. I bought that from a Hyundai dealership. It came in as Part X, and I had was it 12 months warranty on that I think I had? Or 2 years warranty it came with, and it came with warranty. And I bought that on a credit card. I got a 0% credit card, smashed it all on the credit card, and then over the next 6 or 7 months, I paid that credit card off and got to the stage where it owned my daily. So it was quite a nice car to own. So I owned the Mark III Focus Diesel Estate, and I was still paying this on the loan. I had the Mark III Diesel Estate for 2 years, I think. Then I sold that and used the cash from that, and I bought my Mark II Focus ST, which is what I had last year. Had that for about 6 months, and then it got to the stage where I'd been paying this loan for 4 years, I think, and I had a year left on it. And I looked at the remaining balance, and it was around 6,500. So I kind of thought I could sell the ST and then use the cash to clear the loan on this, and I'll own this outright, and it would save me £450 a month. So that's what I did. I sold the Focus ST, I paid the loan for this off, and I finally owned, after 36 years of my life, a decent car. Not only a decent car, my dream Ford RS, this Mark II. And that was a good day to finally clear a loan, finally own something of some decent value, something I've got no pressure on kind of keeping because there's no money going towards it. And yeah, it was basically a really good point in my life, so a proud moment. Anyway, so then I was kind of like, I could have carried on finance free. I could have got another shitbox daily and, you know, drove that around and not owed anything on cars. But I was getting a real itch for something nice and modern and quick as a daily, and that's what drew me towards my Cupra. So I saw my Cupra at a SEAT approved dealer. It was up for 21,000. Looked at loans. I could get a loan for 2.6% from Tesco again. This was last year before the rates went through the roof. And I figured that the depreciation of the car was going to fall in line roughly with the decrease in the loan amount. So that's what I did. I got a loan over 5 years. I bought the Cupra, and then here we are today. Well, a year later, I've got 4 years left on the loan for the Cupra. It's £370 a month on that. And if worst comes to the worst, I can sell the Cupra, pay off the loan. I'll own a Focus RS Mark II, and I'll have to look at what I decide to do next in relation to daily driving. But I could carry on for another 4 years, keep the Cupra, and then once that's paid off, I'll own 2 decent cars. Well, I don't really have any savings for a car, so that is an option. Or I could sell the Cupra, free up kind of 10 grand, put it into the house, because I'm not going to remortgage. I'm not going to put extra on our remortgage because the rates are so crap. So if I want to put a bit of extra cash into the house, I could do that, sell the Cupra, put 10 grand into the house, and then use the rest of the money from the Cupra to buy like another Mark II Focus ST, but a lower mileage one. Daily that, keep it nice and tidy, and then just keep that loan running. And I've got equity in the house, but the only problem with that is then if I were to sell the Focus ST, I wouldn't be able to clear the loan. But I've got the money in the house, if you know what I mean, which kind of covers that loan off. So yeah, that's it. That's where I am today with my financial situation with cars. I like to live within my means. I'm comfortably living within my means in relation to my cars. Now I could sell the Cupra, pay off the loan, sell this. I'd have 20, just to say 27 grand as a deposit for a car, and I could comfortably go out and buy like a new RS4, an M3, Porsche Cayman GT4 or something like that. And I could afford it. You know, you see these people doing this, and fair enough that they're choosing to spend more money on the car, whereas I like to spend money spending time with my family, going on holidays, and having the RS and the Cupra. But I could go out and I could afford something really Gucci to show off with, but then it would just leave me less money to enjoy life. And ultimately, life is about enjoying, it's about doing things with your family, experiencing things. It's not all about ploughing money into cars. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what this video is all about. It's very impromptu, just me blabbering on, but I thought I'd give you an insight into how I can afford both of my cars. Anyway guys, until the next one, as always, take care and I shall see you soon.